this feels like BNK FEARX have really opted into kind of a feast or famine composition. You know, we've seen the Fury function in that way. Elise is definitely being picked here to have more of that early pressure.
But not able to do so. Trying to push them away for these grubs, though.
Oh, so Morgan's taking the window to move up.
Well, Raptor is trying to get over this wall. He will be able to. He got the one grub. And even with Morgan moving up, it doesn't look like BNK want to fight. Well, I say that. Diablo does get over the wall. They push Hype away, and now you see that Helm in a little bit of an awkward spot. That was almost a steal on the grub as well, but they do get the one. He's happy.
He's happy. He's unlocked Tech Splash. Now Raptor finds a window to sneak in and get this final grub, which is pretty nice. Just dash over the wall.
Imagine if that was old Rel.
Isn't too fun. Isn't ideal. They are looking for a dive though on Clear.
Yeah. Clear is level 7. He is going to get the ult, but that's onto the Rel. Paulo just going to tank this one up. He does take a lot of damage. LME flashes away. But even with that, and now Vikla is here to clean up as he picks up a kill. And yeah, you got a kill on your Corki, but Vikla picks one up himself. And meanwhile, Morgan not having a fun time. They're also getting the Dragon at the same time. BNK, I think they're totally fine with this. He's going to get spotted here, but he's level 10. And even the Element Closer together are like, you know what? Never mind. I don't think we can really kill him here. As the rest of the team is right there with them. Hype going to take a chunk. As Palu and the team of Bro, they're desperate to try to get in here. Morgan does have TP. He is going to utilize it. Clear has to go in. The follow-up very slow as they use everything on the Ambessa, though. And they're still not able to take out Clear. He survives until the very end. And down will go Hype as well, as this is going very awry for Bro. It's only Morgan who does get one kill. And Closer trying to help him out with some rocks here on the right side, but he doesn't quite have the damage just yet. Still trying to kite it out, though. The flash forward! There's the kill, make it a 2! As Diablo has to get over the wall and run away. Closer making something out of nothing. Somehow, they had an inkling. As BNK are going to try to set up for the second Drake. Not fully committing to it just yet, but they're going to send the Nefiri back to that one. The top laner's up here. Teleport advantage to Vikla. So Bro just say, well, we're not able to do much about that Drake. See a big rotation up towards the top lane from the Bro bottom laners by any means. But you can see they're trying to set up for this one. Palu is just going to go in there as they're on a ward, as everything being thrown into the Nefiri. Down goes Raptor, and down should go Kellen here in just a moment. Once he falls from the sky, there you go. It's a double kill for Closer as well, who has 4 kills in this game. And now what do you do as BNK? You just got to give up the objective.
Beautiful engage from Palu, and I feel like they've had such a good read on what BNK FEARX is trying to do. These traps that have been set. Finds this angle to get the double combo, and the follow-up is pristine. That is the sort of play that Edgar would be proud of.
Absolutely. Looks like they were just standing on a ward. We'll have to see exactly, you know, how they made their way into that brush and why they thought they were safe.
The team as well. TP comes in, the Weaver's Wall. Everyone's there to follow up, and it was a big play. It got them the Rift Herald, and then again, as you said, 2 more kills onto Closer.
You're not going to have a good time. Again, unless you're Ezreal. So the onus is on him to do some of that carrying. BNK does pick up the bot turret. Double level as well on Ellen. So he's in a good spot himself. Has a couple of kills. You can see this fight is brewing now as this Dragon getting very low. Just going to ult in onto Elem and attempt to take him out. Palu trying to disengage ult, but now the backline of Bro is just wide open as Elem goes down essentially for free. There's the Dragon of BNK as well. But now in comes Closer. He wants the revenge. He will be able to take out Raptor alongside a Hype, as now Hype gets another kill here. Picks up the Ezreal. A nice shutdown for him.
Could be 2 towers going down in return. I think they can get this one. Care for who has to care here is the question. I think Vikla does. Yeah, should get this one. Bot one already went down, so yeah, you're 1 away from Soul now, which is big for BNK FEARX, but at the cost of almost a 3,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, once they picked the Silas, it was pretty much I mean, even when they had the Ambessa and the Fury, it's like, well,
he's not hitting the plan.
Raptor is going to go untargetable, but guess who is not quite able to do so on time? It is Kellen, who is going to try to flash away, but that's a free kill. As a bit of damage is traded back. We got a TP as well. As Clear is behind them, looking for the angle right now. Just going to send himself in there into the front line, but this is a 4v5 for BNK as down will go Clear. doesn't really do much of anything. And now Bro get a couple of kills and are looking at the Otacon.
Buff out on the ultimate, but it just doesn't really matter. You're diving into this team who has so many tools to deal with you. And now we're seeing not just the fact that Closer's been fed for a good amount of time, but Hype overtaking Dabble in gold. And it is actually the Ruinous Otacon. The fact is, some champions just don't let you play the game if you want to dash.
Yeah.
And that is Taliyah.
Well, we are going to see a Cocoon land here. Morgan in a lot of trouble. Doesn't matter what champ he's playing. 3 guys going to bully him down on the bottom lane. So now they're going to start it up. I mean, certainly Diablo's doing a lot of damage. Is now Morgan going to be caught here once again? But look at the follow-up here from the side of Bro. As now maybe they were locked in with Bro. As now down will go clear. As they're looking to turn this one with the Vi ultimate onto Palu, but that is a rel. He's just tanking up all the damage. They can't even kill him by the end of it all. Finally, the flash ult comes in from Raptor, as this Nefiri is quite scary. I'm not sure if BNK can actually fight this, though, without Vikla, who is just going to back. It doesn't look like he's going to TP back into this fight. So, yeah, BNK, they just say, well, that fight got a little bit awkward. We're just going to have to back off that one. Even Closer. Like, if he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, like, he does have a Seraphs. But, you know, imagine that landed. maybe you get something off of that.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but that's the kind of play you have to go for if you're going to go all in on Taliyah, right? You have to stun lock her 100-0.
Yeah, I think it's... TP flank has come in from Clear. We've seen this play before.
They're trying to turn this one onto Vikla, who does have the rel ult. It's not going to help him out at all. As down he goes, and
oh no, Clear left the brush. He should have stayed there. It's just recalled.
Yeah, he's now he's running. He's going to buy a little bit of time before they do the Baron.
You know,
he's dead.
I didn't think he'd win that, and then I was right. So it's a little bit of struggle street.
Yeah, it's not over. But if this Baron goes for free,
imagine if that Cocoon had hit.
Yeah, well, here comes Palu. It's a lot of damage from Diablo, but they just go all in on him. The stun for Morgan is enough, and then Fury does kill the Renekton, but that is not enough, as now the rest of Bro will eventually just take out Kellen, and down will go this Baron. And yeah, it was a broken up fight, but actually it was Bro who stuck together and picked away at BNK one by one. So now just going to TP in to take the Krugs, I guess. Or just kind of look at them running away with the Baron, I guess. His team, a bunch of bad names. So, is it really Nefiri's fault?
I don't think it's Nefiri's fault, but I need Chronicler to make the case for this, okay? put the lead...
The defense.
Put the Lord Degree to work, you know? I need you to defend Nefiri, because it's...
Well,
that one did hit.
That Cocoon did hit. We don't have to imagine, but it just sets BNK up for disaster as now the flank comes in, but it's just a couple of them going down. Raptor's in the back line, but even he can't get a kill as there is no defense for Nefiri this time around. Diablo alone, and just Arcane shifting kind of sadly backwards as Bro, they group up in mid, and with the Baron buff especially, this should be the end.
Okay, well, you know, we learned some things from this game. Melee champions, dash champions struggle into Taliyah. New information we've obtained for this game. And Closer is pretty good. So they will close this one out pretty decisively. And Bro, now going to be 1 game away from breaking that massive streak.
There you go. Game number 1 in the bag. The Nexus falls.
Like, you think of the bot side of BRION's composition, they kind of just fly in, dashing over walls, looking to join a fight, whereas I feel like for BNK FEARX, a lot more relying on the Realm Warp to find those fights now. But, sorry, they're looking for... that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
I'm sorry I talked about it. Yeah, Vikla doesn't have Flash, so I think eventually, Bro, we're just going to say, yeah, we'll just take him down. And, yeah, he's about to get his Flash, but the timing was perfect.
Yeah. It's a bit weird to talk about.
It is, yeah.
But,
I know.
But the point I'm making is when we get to the end of the split, it always comes down to it. We're talking about like teams that, you know, if they won this game, if they win that game off, they just won one more game. If the game score was a bit higher, that would have made the difference. So
an early Ocean Drake here for Bro.
Not so weird. That extra sustain, pretty nice in lanes, you know. And speaking of sustain, this is one of the reasons this Bruiser Ari has been so obnoxious, other than the fact that she just becomes super tanky and hard to deal with late game. But the Catalyst, early, just you can trade so heavily in
our house. And we're kind of scaling in this game. We did have the 1 kill, and now Raptor on a ward. It's going to go in there with the ult on to Elam, who does throw on his own, but in the 1v1 and with Vikla coming over as well, that is enough. That's the power of the Rise to just essentially teleport into the fight. So in terms of fights right now, BNK going to be happy they got the first 3 grubs at least. Might be able to smite one away. Actually, just an early smite, and Raptor is able to secure it. Elam just didn't smite. So they get 4. And as BNK, you don't really want to fight at this point in time, even though Ahri was bought, you know. Closer could have bought, TP'd in or something. Well, I say that, now they're actually collapsing once again. And here comes Palu. He's in a bit of trouble. Look at the turn it, though. There's the TP I was talking about, and Diablo doesn't have his. As Raptor very deep in enemy territory. Kellen's just going to ult, but at the end of the day, bro, they still get that last grub, and Raptor is still on the run.
He's wrapping around.
He indeed is.
Yeah, it's Zeri.
Yeah, well, release state diff.
The ult necessary? Listen, feels like they're doing a good job of keeping the pressure up in this game. Kellen on his signature Alistair, trying to find windows just to threaten, and now looking for a dive on a Morgan. Oh no.
And Morgan has his flash, but Kellen could easily just follow flash, so Morgan gonna flash anyway as he figures out, oh, there's 4 people here, I guess I'm just dead.
Yeah, he was really dead, and then he flashed, and he was still really dead.
Yeah. I thought, you know, maybe if you flash, that closer doesn't have to go for grasp. That wouldn't really make too much sense. As now BNK, they want to fight over this Rift Heralds. They'd love to get this objective. Here comes the TP from both sides. The Ahri TP very far away. As now Clear is just kind of waiting for him. Closer, though, is Ahri, gets the Featherstorm, and now the front line is just burning to a crisp, and this is where the Ahri and the Zeri really shine as they chase down that back line. Nobody can get away. Clear at least able to get the 1 kill on the Zeri, but the rest of the team is just gone. As there you go, bro, they're going to clean up this fight, and now they'll take that objective.
I think the game plan from BNK FEARX was, oh, this is a deep TP, it's an Ahri, we can punish. Kind of funneled into a spot where Closer just got insane value.
Okay, that was very close. Raptor with the early smite means that Elam gets to give him the thumbs up. It was a double thumbs up even.
Wow. 1,300 gold lead, you know what that is? That's your bro tax being put away.
Yeah. He's collecting all the coins from the Twitch chat. That's going to be Morgan just dying. Meanwhile, we got a 1v1 up here, but Closer is extremely strong. The charm is going to miss, but still the damage is there. The flash and the auto is enough.
That is a worrying position to be in for the side of BNK FEARX. You know, you have this Rise. One of the selling points of this pick was the fact that you can be functional on the side lane. Don't dodge it, but yeah, the return on the Q, and Kellen
with the engage here. That is on to Closer, and he doesn't have the Spirit Rush. So there you go. They finally get the shutdown. It goes over to Raptor.
Chad,
okay.
I think, okay, not to sound critical, but I think there is a couple of Grandmasters. Everyone else is challenging. Like in our Twitch chat. I think that's an absolute fact.
That's why they speak so confidently about everything.
A lot of them are bro fans, and I don't think there's a single bro fan who isn't challenger.
I mean, you have to be extremely high level to understand bro's level. As that is a massive engage from BNK. Raptor finally finds the angle, and maybe some of that fedness is going to good work. They're going to take down Closer as well. It's a 2-for-0. They just find them in the river.
And we were talking about how this massive lead was in favor of Closer. He was looking like a big threat. This composition, this dive threat of the Wukong Alistair Rumble pays off, and they will be able to pick up the Atakan. And it is going to be that Ruinous one as well, which...
So I think it's okay if like the Xinjiao alone goes forward and clears it out for the upcoming fight. The three of them were stacked on each other.
Now there's still like the Featherstorm and the Cyclone available. But yeah, I mean, I guess they tried. Closer nearly has his ult up again. And I think if BNK FEARX keeps setting this tempo of the game by like forcing Closer ult and then fighting when it's not available, but the difference between a Seekers and a Zhonya's in one fight isn't that much.
Yeah, absolutely. As Elam's going in, I mean, he is Xinjiao, so he will stay alive. Kellen as well, but eventually that ult does dissipate. Kellen also gonna have the same happening to him, but now look at Diablo just going forward. He's got the Featherstorm. And he's going to do a bunch of damage here to Closer. Takes him down. It's a triple kill for Diablo. They're still trying to dive the turret. They don't have to do that. They dig a big fight, and BNK set their sights on the Baron. A lot of low health bars here, but Vicla's got a giant shield.
I mean, you just said Diablo's online, and he instantly looks for an opportunity to capitalize on that. No one's going to contest this, so they should be able to pick it up pretty easily. And BNK FEARX really taking control of this game.
He definitely is. He's still enjoying a nice ult. I think it gets a bit longer at 11. And now, I mean, with the Baron, they've got some pretty nice pressure here. Game isn't over at this point, but if they take down all the turrets...
By the way, the Alistar ult doesn't get longer, but the damage reduction increases.
Oh, well, there you go. Support main on the desk with me to be easy. But you can see the full pressure they have on the Rift. They got the bottom inner turret, they got the top inner turret, now they're going to get the mid inner turret. So really just extending the lead, trying to make the Red Bull Baron power play as large as possible.
Numbers without ult, you know.
I mean, it's going to feel pretty good. Wow, okay, well, the combo could have been better, but still, I love the effort. They're just sending it into that backline, but Raptor is down already, and at least they're going to be able to take out Hype with that equalizer. Now the rest of the team on the follow-up, and Bro does not have their 80 carry, as Diablo looking to continue to chase. It's just going to be a couple of guys going down.
Fights where, you know, even if things go a little bit whiff, as the Callan Engage did, similar with the Rumble, honestly, I feel like you have to play these fights well. Now, oh, flank coming in.
Flank coming in, the Rise going right on top of Hype here as LM. And Morgan, once again, in a lot of trouble. He's going to get the knockback, but with the equalizer, there's just no hope for him. And the Jace, once again, not able to do much of anything at all. There's the root onto Hype, and he's trying to hit an ulted Alistar. It's just 0 damage. In goes Closer, just to die, I guess. Quick work of that, as that should be the end of the game. 33 minutes in, BNK take the final fight, and they will take down this Nexus.
I think despite the Ahri getting fed early on, BNK FEARX really took control of the game. Diablo, who started off silent, farmed up and just started to become a monster in these later fights. I think him and Clear really having a lot of presence in these 5v5s, and BNK FEARX not ready to let their Saturday Showdown streak end. And you may think, well, what if they CC them? Well, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually build Mikhails on Ivan. So, good luck, bro. And be forced to opt into team fights. Not a good spot. He's finding some good trades now.
Yeah, he's getting in there. Morgan getting pretty low. He's got flash available. There's the slow, and now LM comes up with the shield. It was a bait all along. The timing is perfect, and down will go Clear just like that. First blood to Ivern. It's going to be a quick first item for that guy.
A little bit precarious, and now BNK FEARX just going for the Raptors. Raptors? No, he is Raptor. He's going for the grubs.
The grubs are going for the Raptors.
Or is Raptor going for the grubs? Bit of both. And he will just take one and disengage. And every fan will have seen drafts they don't like, they don't agree with, win. You know, it happens plenty of time.
Oh boy. Well, he got hit by the volley, and he doesn't have his ult. So Clear just trying to go for the trade. It's not going to work out, and now Morgan is going to pick up the kill with a little bit of help from his friend Hype, who doesn't even bother to use the enchanted crystal arrow.
Could have been a Jax. Yeah, like, I mean,
might be able to force flash, yeah. Actually, it's so funny.
Okay, there is stuff is happening.
Well, they're trying to do something to the Gwen here. Do they have enough? Already Raptor pretty low. He doesn't get the stun, but eventually will land the Impale, and it takes 4 people.
But Leona gets the kill.
Yeah.
And he'll still go on to win the game. That can definitely happen. You know, even if a draft isn't favored, you can still win. But clearly a lot of BNK FEARX's draft with based around this Fiora being successful, and it just has not been so far.
50 gold.
True. Maybe that's the game plan, just kill. But yeah, well, BNK FEARX will get some grubs at least, and it will be a 3-for-3 overall. But Morgan's getting plates.
I mean, Morgan's getting plates, Closer's getting plates, Hype got a bunch of plates in the top lane. Okay, Vicla's finally going to find him. He just throws out an ult, a trade every day of the week. As now, maybe a fight here. LM going to get caught up. Does land the root first, but they're both stuck in place, which means the Ivern might just die here to the Leona. Nice setup from Kellen and Raptor to make that happen. Flash over the wall, but Paulo going to get followed here. That's the ult from him only hits Diablo. And that's a kill for the Kaisa, so they pick up a couple. Yeah. We do have the health bars underneath the portraits as now gonna send it. Here come the needles as there's the grand challenge as well, as now Clear has to flash away. At least he gets away from the needles. Here comes an arrow as he is Fiora, who will be able to dash that. But
I feel like this
still losing lane.
This is another situation where like, oh, well, he lives, but yeah, you kind of picked to survive. Is not an ideal situation to be in.
Yeah, definitely is not. Morgan really enjoying this first pick. Gwen.
Now 1,000 gold up on the Fiora. Be interesting to see if we see some moves from Bro down towards the bot side for that dragon instead. Looks like they might be contesting on the top side. But I honestly think just the dragon pickup makes more sense. You don't need to deny the Herald right now.
Should go the way of BNK. Doesn't look like Bro are in position to challenge this one.
And I think this is where Bro are kind of making some fumbles.
If you look at the side lanes, they're going to lose top turret, and the Gwen is unanswered in bot lane for the moment. And as we already know, the Fiora here, Clear, is not really answering the Gwen. Morgan's still going to respect the lack of vision, but...
Yeah, now they'll go for the Herald, so good defense of the mid-tier 1. We'll find a window to go for the Herald as BNK FEARX have to do their homework and deal with those side lanes. Unless Raptor comes in and tries to steal this, you could slide over and smite.
I mean, the timing is there if he went right away, but...
Just trying to throw the rock.
Yeah.
Well... Now it's kind of the onus is on Bro to find a window to take.
Long extended trades if you have, 3-4 items. Could definitely see the Fiora win some 1v1s.
Okay, progress being made. And Bro are just going for the group up mid with the Herald.
I mean, they're going to get a charge. Out comes Daisy. Engage from Kellen. Sails wide. And now the engage comes in from Paulo. Already a lot of damage, but that is Leona. They don't overcommit. Probably smart at this point in time.
Yeah, the Azir. Oh, here we go.
The dash
follow-up
into the arrow.
He's spawned under a tower. Or Adicon. Both work. But you see Morgan walking up. Rudan's just picked up for Diablo here. A lot of 2-item spikes for the side of Bro, though, and they are just churning through this Adicon.
Yeah. They say, well, this is one way to start a team fight. You mentioned it, actually, in the draft. You got Rift Heralds, you got Grubs, you got Otacons, you got Barons, you got Dragons. You got to fight over something eventually, as in they go. They're trying to take out Hype, who somehow lives for so long. Eventually, they do take him down, but down goes Leona as well. Palu eating a lot closer, jumping in, takes out Diablo. As Vikla trying to be that late game damage. Clear has a nice angle on the left side as he will get that elimination onto Elim, and there you go. Takes out Closer as well. And now the Fiora in a scrappy fight like this with some help from the Skarner picks up the win in the fight, does BNK.
BNK FEARX able to clear up, and the team fight Fiora comes through clutch. Kind of close, but it's just too little too late. And BNK FEARX always happy to take an own goal.
Well, that's a kill. Yeah, a little bit of disrespect for the Fiora. Picks up one.
And now a third dragon on the cards.
I mean, you get a Mountain Soul on like Leona, Skarner, Fiora. It's not half bad.
I mean we've seen some atrocious tank builds. I'm thinking of like a certain Cassante Spirit Visage that we saw, but Frozen Heart value here, kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it goes insane into any piece of damage that Bro have, so a fantastic second item pickup.
Yeah, this brings me back to the point we were making after the draft. Sometimes draft it's not enough, You have to play the game, you have to click the buttons.
Yeah.
And Bro, they need the...
Well, no, they're going to get Ellen once again, and the Leona ult comes down as well. The damage from Diablo is there. They take out two, and Bro, they face plant into the river once again as Closer trying his best, but he gets taken out. It's a triple kill for Diablo.
They might just be able to end. I actually think the death timers are long. They have so much tower damage.
I think they just win the game. Boy, that's insane. They can just tank this up. They have the tankiness, they have the minions behind them. And yeah.
It's only follow-up in like 3 seconds.
They're definitely going to try.
I think it's done. Sure. I think it's done. I think it's actually done.
Apollo is going to try to pull this wave, but he can't pull those caster minions away. Down will go the Nexus turrets, and sometimes you just got to play the game of League of Legends well, and that's the way you'll win the game. BNK, they outplay them here in game number 3, and they take Saturday Showdown for the 7th time in a row.
With how this draft has panned out, I do think the one saving grace really for Nongshim is this King and Rumble. But everything else, I think Freecs has really gotten what they wanted.
Yeah, and they don't waste any time. You know, you see a lot of junglers that are like, "Oh, we got to fight for it. It's the grubs. It's a big thing. I'm gonna go in and at least get one, and I'm gonna call my whole team up, and we're gonna fight over this." But instead, they're like, "Nah, we can't. Just take the Drake. It's free. It's sitting there." And in this case, it's an Infernal Drake. Not a bad pickup, especially as the game comes along. Ahead of time, he got that back in, you know, and he's gonna be here.
Let's see what he can do with it.
He's going to be here for the grubs. Koshik already got one, but there's a ward in the pit. And now Gideon says, I don't think you should fight me. Still a lot of CC and lockdown here for the side of DNF. So Gideon has to play it a bit carefully, but he's got his team with him. As the smite is going to go the way of Koshik. Koshik taking a bunch of damage, but he's just being follow flashed here. As the rest of the team is going on in as the shuffle from Fisher, not the greatest, but the follow-up here from the Kaisaju finally takes out the DNF jungler, as now the front line here, Lahen's going a bit too far, trying to bait this fight even further. But it doesn't look like it's going to go much further at all, as the equalizer already down didn't do much. And Nongshim will just back away.
Yeah, and DNF will be able to pick up a grub here and equalize 2-3. Bit of a weird play there from Yoshi.
Equalizer just died instead. And you got to be careful, especially at this point in the game, even if you are Leona. Does look like Nongshim should be able to take the second Drake here.
Yep. Hoping for a... I mean, it's a Dragon apiece. It doesn't really matter to them whether it's good soul or not. We'll see what it is. Can't be Chemtech.
I'm going to say Mountain again. Oh.
It's a cloud.
Yeah, Atlas is watching, so for some reason, you know, when he's watching and I'm casting, we get a lot of Cloud Drakes.
Why do you even have to ask?
Doesn't every player play this one?
Yeah.
There are other Rumble skins.
Honestly,
like
this is possibly Riot's biggest mistake, is making a skin so good that it's just used forever.
Nobody buys the other ones?
Yeah.
As in they go, that's the equalizer right on top. Gideon goes untargetable, but the dive is going on elsewhere in the bottom lane, and this dive is very messy. Lahen's barely gets out of range, and Gideon has to flash here. It's dives on both sides of the map. First, Turret Blood is going to go the way of DNF, though.
Yeah, DNF, I think, happy with how that one panned out. Yeah. Celestial opposition on, like, Leona, you're already tanky, right? But, like, on Rakan, his biggest weakness was just getting exploded from the Fog of War, and it really helps to mitigate that.
Yeah. So they're just going to take the Rift Herald. Nongshim avoiding any further action. Probably a good idea. Wouldn't want... Yeah, as we say that, I mean, they're not going for it right off the bat. You can see that the Raptors are being taken by Pioshik, that Dudu's up here in the top side, and in they go. On to Dudu, but Fisher not going for the Drake yet. He's like, no, I don't have to.
This bot tier 2. They got time.
It was such an overcommittal to the top side of the map from Nongshim that DNF are like, you know what?
At the top, like, you got the tower. Why are you still there? And then the opposite side, Freecs, like, I don't mind them getting the vision, but they spent a lot of time taking this dragon, and I feel like they were just kind of sasacrificing tempo.
They got the ground. Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's very important.
Well, regardless, they pick up the dragon. 2-1 in favor of that, and feeling pretty comfortable in this game so far.
Especially before that Muramasa. In they go. That's extremely deep. And Pioshik is going to just die. I'm not sure how else to call that one, guys. He went in. He flashed. No, he didn't flash even. He just shuffled away. And that might just be an Otacon free for Nongshim. Down on gold.
I think that might be it. I think that might be the worst play I've seen in this season so far. That was really something from Pioshik.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Can we give a top 3 at least?
Yeah, we might have to have the Mad movie. Okay, looking for a little
nice dodge.
and very nice dodge. Didn't even have the scrap shield at that time. He used it afterwards, so lacking the movement speed didn't matter. And FEARX like, okay, he used it, and the guy.
I mean, okay.
Like, okay, yeah.
I think he was trying to. He thought the ult could connect before he could get like his E off to that distance, and Bulldog would still be in range in North America. So
yeah,
he does have a good grasp on English.
That's why. That must have been it. Well, he's gonna Weaver Zing up into the mid lane. Oh, there you go. There's the flick back on a Fisher, and he's just gonna withdraw.
And
And in they go. They want more. They want to get something for this. The equalizer's pretty huge as in comes King in, looking for some value. Not the highest value out of Khan I've ever seen, but at least he got the 1 kill.
Dragon is now up, and Gideon is just soloing it. Such a weird game. Such a strange
It is.
game.
It really is. Jace is
got
3
items. I don't trust the Jace.
Oh, Lahens! What is happening? Just flashing on in. Might get punished for it too. As in they go to that backline. The follow-up is there. Gideon in a bit of trouble, but the damage is not quite there. They go way too deep. And Bulldog just cannot extend as far as they did. And call that an overextension where I'm from.
I think they call that an overextension in everywhere. I think there's nothing specific to it.
Yeah, well, Bulldog, he's gonna try.
Oh, the Baron damage came in.
Yeah, this is a scary Baron.
The Hen's going on a long flank, but they are just gonna die. What?
That was an insane amount, and Gideon just dashes over the rocks and dies. Kingen as well, he's got a little bit of peel, but oh man, the Baron throw of all Baron throws. Kingen now on the run. I mean, they've got to be able to just go. Okay, well, he's gonna get 1 kill, but still, they stop the Baron. They win the fight. Baron, and the recalls did not come in fast enough. I say that though, Fisher in position. Gideon here as well.
He can steal.
He can easily get over that wall. It's just gonna come down to a straight up flip, and it goes to Gideon. After all of that, they also killed the Rakan, but Gideon is down as well. And now it's all up to Jiwoo, who doesn't really have a front line anymore. Flashing on in his Bulldog, nearly gets his head taken off. But at the end of the day,
Just keep running, Jiwoo.
even if Jiwoo does go down, oh,
the recall. No, you can't get it. You can't get it.
he's gonna try. He's gonna try. Does he miss? No, he doesn't. And even as Vision in the brush afterwards.
As I said, FEARX saw it all. No, he didn't.
And providing that tankiness.
You do try to look for some poke angles. A big shock blast could go a long way here. That was not a big shock blast.
Yeah.
That was a regular shock blast.
And the big one also gonna miss. That's just a Cloud Drake to them. The Solar Flare goes wide. The Equalizer does a bit of damage, but no overcommittal here. As the Seismic Shock comes in goes Jiwoo already. Over the way this game is going.
It feels like both teams like, okay, we got to respect them. They're in control.
All right, well, they're trying to get on top of Fisher here. That's the value of the Zhonya's. There's the knock, a perfectly timed from Bulldog. And just like that, 1 step out of position. And Fisher is dead. Lahens has to flash.
Yep. Baron at 20. Fisher's TP, but he's going to be up long after it spawns. DN Freecs still looking. A little bit of a whiff from the ult from FEARX, used onto the not Kai'Sa.
Trying to get some poke down. King gonna run forward into them to dodge the seismic shove, but might bait his team into a fight here. Looks like they want to have a fight the turn here. On to Dudu, but he lives with the flash, and now everybody's just running away. I say that it's you! Presses his R, goes in, takes out 2, but he's dead. And now with Berserker alive.
Oh, Lahens, don't die!
Let's
run!
Well, he's dead. Okay.
Definitely dead.
He's super dead. Okay,
That's
here
so
comes
low.
Kingen and Fisher.
I actually think they just died.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. I don't think you have enough tankiness with these two. They're being burnt to a crisp. Bulldog is just dead. The ult drives FEARX into him somehow. Fisher gonna die, but somehow Kingen not able to do enough damage, but the Baron is stopped.
He needs to make the hero play here to back up his jungler. And gets 2, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah. I mean, he gets 2 and makes it so that there's only 3 squishy members here, right? I do like how well he's sidestepped the seismic shoves.
That was pretty neat.
Especially because Bulldog has been so accurate, but the one guy, getting in there. There's the cleanse, pretty good against Leona, and the damage is done. Lahens is down, in goes Gideon, and immediately gets blown up, regretting that R press for sure.
Do I hate Neferi?
Oh, there we go. In goes Bulldog, but Jiwoo's got a lot of...
No way.
Okay, no, Jiwoo also dashed over the rocks. No, you can't make this up. Jiwoo is trying to get away. He's burning. Will he die? No, it looks like he will survive, barely.
By BRION on the buy, and I said this might have been the worst play we've had this season.
Yeah.
It has now lost that spot.
We're going to need an apology letter. Not about numbers. Although, as I say that, let's take a look at the numbers here on the item value graph.
As you can see, the Rumble is very fed with only a 4,000 gold deficit.
It's very a hit King in the hands. That's how much damage it does. It's not negligible.
Yeah. It's not like full lethality damage. We're not expecting that.
Yeah.
The one that really stands out to me wasn't... People didn't think of it as broken, but it was popping off in the LPL and was terrible in the LCK Shyvana.
Oh.
Remember Peanut Shyvana games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Please no.
Please no. Yeah, they're getting their push off. That's the last second of the Baron.
Oh, Equalizer does a good amount of lock damage to the Locket Shield.
At least I think absolutely.
100%. Gideon has that dog in him.
BRION's kind of going in, but not really. Up here on the top side as well. In goes Lens, is getting charmed up. And the peel is there, but the Zhonya's, Fisher in a lot of trouble. But Gideon and Bulldog also getting into it. The flash away from Bulldog, but the Equalizer's down, and it's massive. 2 flashes into 4 people! And he's gonna get one, but he's got the TA, and he has the backup, more importantly. As now the follow-up comes in from the rest of Notion. There's the divide, and takes out the Fed Jace. Berserker on the run, too. And untargetable. Barely.
BRION's tail, the Elder Flip. This is where it ends. Noxie managed to clutch out the fight, managed to find the comeback, and should be able to take the Elder here.
DNF have to deal with Exodia.
Yeah. I think you just have to let them have it. And I think the thing is, the Elder's only for 1:20. If you push the waves out a little bit.
Look at top wave. I mean, they can just kind of...
No, I think you can clear that out.
They'll just go mid, I guess.
And that's fine.
They're so fast with their push. Okay, the wall's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to take, like, what, 7 seconds off? A little bit less. Don't seem ever overcommit. There's still a lot of damage they're going to take before the fight even happens.
20 seconds, mid inhib down. They have to try and find a way to protect this top inhib, though. You don't want to give over both.
13 seconds.
Wait, Nongshim is trying to dive.
Yeah, oh, he lands a solo player and a Bulldog, the one guy who's not quite able to get out of it. He doesn't have flash, and he just burns down. And now with no Talia, they might just be able to push this one 5v4 even without Elder buff. They have the Baron buff here. They're going to push with the top wave. Dudu desperate to clear out these minions. And he's doing a decent job of it. Looks like the mid wave, though, is coming in. This tower on the top side is getting quite low. King and trying to do his best, but he's actually getting burst down by Dudu. And you can see they're so apprehensive to try to go for the end at this point in time, but they're just going to send it right now. They get Gio into the backline. He does have the Zhonya's, by the way, 6th item. And now they're just going to try to peel for him. Just auto the Nexus, but Gio has other thoughts in mind as he wants more kills, but his team ends the game.
The matchup in NR, very playable. We've seen it go comfortably in the right hands before. And just you have so many champions diving into you to get huge value. Ezreal should also be pretty good.
He's gonna 3 Talon strike this Grub.
Where are the Talons? I see 3 Grubs. Well, 2 now. Oh, Gideon.
Gideon just got stunned, and now he's being chased down. That's a flash away. That's kind of awkward, and they're just kind of leaving him to die.
Super dead.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, you're super dead, bro. Maybe Bulldog? No, he's
actually
gonna get away.
Bro was in the last series.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
They would have said, you're super dead, Nongshim Gideon.
Nongshim RedForce Gideon.
Oh, sorry.
To you, yeah.
Yeah, you know that. You don't know the ability names.
I do know the team names. I think that is a little bit more important.
Maybe Dion's just always disappointed with them.
You know, checks out.
Okay, well, Nongshim are heavily invading this red buff. In life, I don't think you can contest it. You're not old jungle Rel.
Yeah.
But
Gideon wants his revenge.
There. Oh, Yoshik's going in.
Follow-up. And the thing is, they don't have Zeri, so they don't do anything. They just die.
Yes.
So that's the end of Fisher and his invade.
And Gio played well last game. So,
yeah. And the way that game 1 wins, if it gets chaotic, Zeri's going to love it. And so will Ezreal and Ari and Aatrox, but forget about that.
Get chaotic.
Forget about that for just a second.
Oh.
Nice hook there, actually, to deny the crash down. But Kingen on Mininar is getting so bullied here. Fisher also losing against Bulldog on the left side. They're not going to be able to challenge this Chemtech Drake, so that just goes over to DNF. Maybe it's an anchor line, and that's why it's dredge line. I don't know much about ships.
You're not a nautical expert.
Maybe Degon does.
He's
from America.
What? You're from America?
Yeah, but so is...
Did Degon serve in the Navy? I could imagine it.
Probably. I mean, maybe he didn't, but he probably did.
I'm just picturing Degon in a sailor's outfit.
Yeah.
So, you know...
Moving.
Wait, you've just control ward. You know there's a ward.
Okay, well now he doesn't have his world ender, so he's just dead. And that's a kill to guess who? Jiwoo.
You know what's messed up there?
What?
They didn't let Gideon get the hard steel stack. Arcane Shift does fire a projectile.
Yeah.
Wait, is Essence Flux passive? Am I wrong?
No. That's a charm on the Galio, and also a Magnet Storm. I mean, Fisher's kind of just shaking it off, and then he's just going to ult on top of Lahez. This dive is going massively wrong. And again, Pyoshik dives on a top dive, although this time they at least get the kill at the end of the day. Lahen's also is just Nautilus, so he's in a bit of trouble. Nice dodges there. But can he dodge the charm? He's sticking around. He's got some reinforcements, and now the charm misses, so he's sticking around.
Trying to get the Zeri in there.
Yeah. Trying to bait this for as long as possible, and it's going to work out. Lahen's, he's just so good at this. The Impale comes down, and that is the end of Bulldog eventually. They want to get the kill over. Nearly the Rock Steal goes over to Gideon.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of damage. Gonna push them back. There's the charm, but Galio doesn't care about that.
Yeah, and it was just not finishing off the Dragon. So one of the concerns would be, hey, they banned Zerial. Are they going to want to fight Dragon? But little soccer outfit.
She's got like the cape and stuff. I think it just looks cooler. That's a free Rift Herald here for Notion, by the way. And
yeah,
again, it's
sweeping up.
It's a game where DN Freecs are ahead on gold, and pretty much every lane is doing well, except for Zeri, since the LCK Cup, where they just kind of give up a lot. I mean, now they're just getting a charge in the mid. It's going to be a mid-tier 1, and now maybe even a kill. The Impale going to hit 2, and the Zerial's on top. They're very tanky, but still, it's a kill. It's traded back. The 2 supports are going to go down. Flash away here as Gideon in a lot of trouble, and he will be traded back. It's a couple over to Berserker. And so at least he's getting fed himself too.
Yeah, good answer back. Looking to pressure this tower here. The TP's coming in from Kingin. Doesn't get stopped by Dudu. Mega!
Oh boy, that is a lot of trouble here for Bulldog. He's going to take another turret shot, but they're killing the Mininar underneath the turret. As Berserker's like, nah, I'm just going to take this tier 1. Flash on in! Speak about aura farming, he's looking for the kill now. Because she kind of did a similar thing where you could never get away from her. So a lot of...
I think what's crazy is like Zeri's playable now, but how ungodly she was once upon a time.
Yeah. Well, we're playing something now. We got TPs coming in. Fisher jumping away, but Lahen's is just going to be the bait that... well, not the bait, just the sacrifice. Oh, the flash forward is beautiful from Dudu. That's going to be a couple of kills just in the pocket. They were just kind of ran into each other in the river.
Looking to get the Dragon. That's the thing, it is Voracious Atakan, so the buff in and of itself isn't valuable. It's only valuable if you can transition it into something, right? Dragon's now down, Baron's not going to be up in time, so you have to get something off this. Right now they're looking at this top tier 2, they should be able to get this. Will they be able to get any more is the question.
So they're looking for life, actually. We do have Bulldog here as well, but the push kind of continuing in the top side. Yes, life will be withdrawn. So Jiu should be able to pick up 200 more gold. So there you go, he does get that. Now they already took the inner, so they can't really push this any further. If they could just figure out how to play better around objectives and as a team, they would be so good.
Well, like this is like the copy pasta.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just those 2 things. It's not everything else.
Okay.
It's not mid game, late game, early game, mid, macro, micro. Oh boy. Well, Pyoshik's pretty deep, but he does have the Atacon buff still, so trying to make this into a fight in their favor. Now Lahen's has to flash away. Kind of unfortunate for him. A lot of damage is being done to Gideon as well. He has to flash out of that one. In they go. Big extendo beam onto multiple, and DNF don't want to give away free gold. So
imagine.
Say, well,
to camp a little bit more fragile.
You would say that about Lahen's.
Lahen's is just... Oh, they're looking.
Oh boy, just gonna face check the brush, and the Impale is gigantic! But here comes the rest of the squad. Jiu, though, is totally protected and cannot get in on the Galio. I thought maybe with the Aatrox could find an angle, but it wasn't meant to be. They do only get 1. And BRION gets away barely. Ooh. That's going to have to be flashed by Ezreal.
Played a dangerous game there. Like, BN FEARX win. You know? Yeah. Even a situation where, like, Berserker and Judo trade for Jiwoo, they might still win. Like, that is how much of the power in the fights is down to this Zeri, who not only has the most gold, but is a lot of that follow-through.
Against Galio, he doesn't even have TP. He's about to get it.
Unless...
I mean...
He doesn't have flash.
Yeah, now BRION in a little bit of a weird spot. It's just going to come down to a flip because why not? It goes to Aatrox, as that is going to be a big impale and the stun into the wall, but Dudu does survive just barely. TP coming in from behind, but this Zeri is popping off. Lahens might go down. They do take him down, but look at this Zeri. Dudu going to get one. He's looking for more. He goes over the wall. Dudu in a lot of trouble, gets taken out. Life and Berserker so super low. He dodges the charm. He dodges everything. And the follow-up is looking to come in here. The Rush Stone thrown in his face, and Bulldog also has to flash. And those broken up team fights are always going the way of Jiu and Nongxin.
Just good to see a punish there. BN FEARX having the audacity to start that dragon up, just thinking, hey, we can sneak him free.
Top, another kill. I think it was mid. It was just like, just one kill by one, as now World Ender Dudu, he's just getting bullied on the bottom side. They just didn't have much vision in their own jungle, and eventually they'll just give the kill over. He is legendary on the Zeri, in the Zeri composition.
Yeah.
No reaction just yet. Okay, finally Nongxin are beginning to collapse. As the Extended B comes through, they know this is happening. And it might just come down to a flip. BRION sticking around. There's the ult, but the Galio's still in there. Fisher's just going to go golden, waiting for the right time to pull the trigger as the Megadar. Look at this timing here from King, and it just comes up. He only ults BRION back in. A nice ult from Life in that front line. Lahens is going to go down first, but the Zeri, again, is totally uncounted for. They do a bit of damage to him. Bulldog desperate to take him out, but it's not quite enough. Berserker, though, extremely healthy here on the left side. They do take out Bulldog. Berserker on the chase. It looks like King will have to sacrifice. That's now the front line, trying to chase him down. This Ezreal is very slippery, especially for these two champions. And Jiu, he's life stealed up. Yeah, he's ready to go.
I mean, if they slow kill Berserker...
Yeah, they're just going to do the Baron, I guess.
I guess they can.
Yeah.
They can just body block with the Baron.
Oh, he got hit by that.
But he can't heal up. They can just use the Baron to block the Mystic shots.
Yeah. Berserk, I mean, at some point he's going to look to get this angle up top, but he doesn't have smite or anything, so he can only poke, and that's not going to be enough.
Yep, good moves
to Baron.
Good patience. Dragon is up. Bulldog's up in 20, but has TP. Dude, it's just scuttle. Just no one cares. Go set up for Dragon. Well, now Nongxin will be able to start up this Dragon, and no real contest for that.
Yeah, it's double Mountain. And now Mountain Soul points here for Nongxin. Just imagine, you've got this fed Zeri, you've got this extremely tanky frontline that's only getting tankier.
By the way, so double cleanse effect, essentially. Well, I guess now cleanse is on cooldown, but has that for the charm if it does come in. And now Bulldog with no ult. They're kind of just in defensive mode.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the best wave clear either. I mean, Ezreal trying his best. Ari is okay. Nice charm here on a King, and in a bit of trouble. Has to flash. Look at that damage coming in. The Impale is onto life only. They do take him out, though, as Ziwu's just a raid boss right now. Going to take out the Xindao. And just like that, everybody stays healthy. It's a bit, it's a bit scary, but it's fine, because they still have the Zeri, who is 12-0-3. They're looking to take down this mid inhibitor, and they have the push in top and bot. Every lane pushing in now for Nongxin. Fed in his own right is just able to push and tank up by himself. Has a decent amount of damage in his items. Looking for the death cap next. Might as well at this point in the game, 36 minutes. As yeah, they'll get a hook onto anything. Fisher playing with fire a bit on the top side, but True Shot Barrage goes wide. He's still very tanky. He's able to get away. Has to flash. He has to Q flash and, ult on top of Jiu. That's really the only way. As they're going to go in onto Lahens, actually. That is a very nice Magnet Storm, but it does not catch Jiwoo. And that is the main character of this story tonight. As Bulldog, he's going to have to get away. In goes Berserker. Trying to take out Fisher. Going to get the Sonyas. As this is getting a wee bit dirty here in this base. Jiwoo. Again, they're trying to protect him, but the front line is being chipped away at. Down will go the Skarner. And Kingen about to get the Meganar, but this Ezreal also quite fed. As the house gonna hit, and that is enough damage to take him out.
Oh, Bulldog's about to have ult again. Does he? I don't think he's gonna look. Jiwoo's still too healthy. Gotta siege the enemy Nexus towers.
Nungshin wouldn't be the first. They won't be the last. Mountain
now-
Drake goes to DNF.
Yeah, so pretty big to deny the soul. Baron is being worked on though, and triple inhibitors down plus Baron is a recipe for a bad time. At that point, you don't even need to do anything. You let the minions do the work.
Sitting at 7-1-5. Just had a good game. Outside of his team losing, obviously. As now looking to go. Oh! Koshik with the angle is going to get onto that backline too. He's actually alive though. They're not able to take him down. And now he's just kiting them. And there you go. The entire team able to tank it up, and they had the angle. They found the desperation miracle fight, but still, they were not able to kill King Jiwoo.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.